Before the incidents happened with Duck, there was a 4 diesel. The number 1 diesel is Bear, second Bogo, third Daisy, and a blue unknown diesel. But the 4 of the diesel hide in the sheds. 3 will survive, or 2, but 2 remains dead. Daisy and Bear will never be alive. The driver chooses Boko to do some work, but Boko wants to stay with his friends. He feels something weird happens, but he didn't say much as he delivered the trucks. He was passing by, but he didn't mind at all, but he said that he feels sick. But the driver thought that was a lie. Then he goes through a bridge and passing by. But then something horrible happened. Boko derailed and laying on fire to make it burn his whole body. The remains of Boko is that he got burned to death. Later on, chaos started to happen. Everything was going very badly. But the news was shook. But the way they recorded is Toby was the number 1 suspect of Duke incidents. But next we'll show you the Duke's incidents of all. But the news said that Douglas was being missing, unknown that his death was already near the sheds. He was stopping fire until Thomas get the mail, and Duke came to attack Thomas. Form also killing Thomas as well. Duke suddenly going back, know that Henry would notice. But then the video continued of Henry's revenge. Before the incidents, Duke was helping Edward deliver the cars. He was so pleased with Duke that the Duke was helping Edward. They passing by, very happily passing nature. But one of the incidents was really cruel. But Edward was feeling calm and asking Duke what was going on. But Duke said that his eyes were being weird after his incidents to be crashing. Edward suddenly getting up, and then the truck was breaking out of his body. Then Edward was shocked. Duke was after pulling back, pushing by the trucks. Duke was trying to scream for help, but he can't. His brakes were being fired in flames. Duke was passing by, almost derailed, but then Duke derailed and crashed into a mall of the dentist. The huge fire came out, and the driver came in and coughing. But then Duke's cracks damage starting to get worse. Spider arms are coming out as Duke was trying to stop it. Duke tried to scream for help, but there's no use because the glitches has come in. But then the monstrosity have come. Later in crew, Henry's squad was Toby's, Henry, Diesel, and Donald. Henry was being mad for seeing Doug murdered his friends, and he doesn't want any of his friends to be next. He was walking to the turntable and turned to Diesels and talking to Diesels. But then Toby thought it was a stupid idea that he come out, pick up the coaches and ready to go. Later on, he saw Oliver. Oliver was so pleased to see Toby, but he had to go back to bring the trucks. He see the truck and smirk at them, but he didn't know that one of the trucks was badly damaged. He was being pulled back. But then the driver suddenly come out and talk to Oliver to be calm. As Oliver going, something left him shocked. The truck stopped him from moving, and then the driver of Toby didn't know that they are up ahead, but Toby knows. Toby is trying to stop the driver, but the driver was actually have drunk last night. But then the trucks let Oliver go, but a huge fire burned them all. Edward had to come and pick up the coaches, but he tried his best. Then he finally pulled up. No sign of Toby this year. Edward was so tired that he pulled him back to the shed. Henry was confusing and go back to check on Toby, but he didn't know the fire was behind him. His tender was crashed and burned in fire. Henry trying to pull them up in the trucks, but he can't do it. Until Diesel came to help Henry. Henry was so pleased to see Diesel coming to help him, and then they had to come and get the trucks ready. Later, in crew, they all were sleeping, but they invite Oliver as well. But Duke suddenly came in and kidnapped Oliver. Oliver trying to scream for help, but they didn't hear anything. Henry was waking up in the morning, but suddenly realized that Oliver was missing. But Donald didn't care at all. He cared that his Douglas brother was dead. He was left in tears as well. When he was passing by a good sleep, he was picking up the trucks. When he passed the crane wire is going to be out. Donald was shocked, but then he can't move because his wheels were off the track and he can't move. Donald ready to sacrifice himself because he wants to stay with his brother more. Blood was coming out, but as soon Henry was coming by, he needed to shake on Oliver until he saw him. Duke has executed him, but then the Donald accidents will be more painful than ever. The crane crushed him in